Hi, hello. Happy Thursday evening. Happy St. Patrick's Day Eve. I was feeling a little Irish earlier in the day, so I thought I'd play a little Irish music to kind of get the night started. So happy to have you here. Welcome to Highwire Shows. I'm Millie. I'm your host for the evening. We have two amazing acts up for you tonight. I hope you've got your drinks, your snacks, and it's warmer today, so you don't need to be under a cozy blanket unless you want to. You do you. And we are just going to set the tone for your weekend, get you ready with all of the laughs and hilarity, and also hopefully answer all those burning questions that you have. I'm super excited. Second half of our hour, we're going to be able to ask Aunt Bernadette questions. Get them to me now. She is a wealth of knowledge and she will set you straight. Starting off our hour, though, we have an amazing duo coming up now to our virtual stage. Put your hands together, please, for Ask the Yentas.
You heard her, hands together.
I love applause. I just love getting applause. I have to say. Hi, everybody.
Hi, darlings.
I'm Latka, and this is my best friend ever, Hala.
I'm Hala. And we are here to answer your burning questions about life, love, how to make the perfect matzo ball, whatever you want to know, sweetheart.
Whatever you want to ask.
Who has a question for the Yentas? Oh, I see one. Marvin wants to know, how do I go about finding a good Jewish wife?
Oh, my. Well,
Okay.
I know you have some thoughts on this because you have sons.
Well, I have sons and I am waiting for them to find a good Jewish wife. I mean, they keep bringing home these shiksas, these blonde shiksas that know nothing about how to make a brisket or how to fold laundry. I mean, these are useless girls. I don't know what they're thinking. They got to find a good Jewish wife who makes the Shabbat, lights the candles every time.
I know. So here's, as the mother of two lovely Jewish girls, I can tell you this. They are available, but you have to work for it. I think some of these guys just think that the girl is just going to show up. And no, it doesn't work that way. You have to work for it and you have to go to the right places. So don't go to Starbucks. That's ridiculous. If you want to meet a nice girl, you go to a coffee shop, like a private coffee shop. And then also, of course, the deli. But the deli, the women tend to be a little bit older. But definitely a private coffee shop, the kind that, they do things on their own. They don't have the corporate structure. That's where the nice Jewish girls hang out.
Yeah, and go to the Hadassah meeting. Like, I don't know what the mothers are teaching their girls these days. I mean, our mothers taught us how to be good wives and how to be observant and how to take care of our husbands. These girls, they're going to college, they're having careers, they have no idea.
Well, Hala, I understand your concern, but I encouraged my daughters to go to college. I encourage them to get a career because I think that they are going to be more fulfilling as a wife. Now, it doesn't mean that they shouldn't also take care of their husbands, but I want them to be more engaging, like be able to have full conversations. So my daughters, they went to college. Yeah.
I want to be a good traditional Jewish wife.
What?
I want to. It's meaningful to me.
Honey, Sarah, we've talked about this before. I did that job for a while and it's no fun.
I know. I understand that the generation of assimilation is rejecting the ways of the old country, and and I understand that grandma and grandpa are symbolic of those old ways that you reject, but I respect it.
I'm not saying that it's like the worst thing in the world. I'm just saying, honey, think about it. Like, live your life, do your world, go out and explore. And if you need to, sleep with a nice Christian boy every once in a while just to kind of get a feel for it, do that so that when you settle down, you have experienced the world.
No, Ma, I want to embrace orthodoxy.
Oh my goodness.
I want to be a Rebbitzin. I want to marry a rabbi.
Oh my goodness. Well, that doesn't mean that you can't live your life right now and try different things.
It does. I have to be chaste. I have to be pure, and I have to be untouched by the outside world.
So what are you saying? Are you saying you're dropping out of college?
I'm going to go live on the Lower East Side with grandma and grandpa, and I'm going to learn the ways of the orthodoxy. I'm going to shave my head.
I did not see this coming, but I guess I should have. As many times as I tried to make you watch Yenta, this is where you are.
Well, the truth of this, I don't have that impulse. I don't have that love of life that you have.
Oh, honey, there are many things in the world that I regret. Marrying your father, God rest his soul, is not one of the things I regret. But I will say this. I do wish that I had kind of explored a little before I settled down. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think your exploration went a little too far. I mean, how many uncles have I had since Daddy's death? I mean,
well, I'm just trying to
at the
find
clubs every
myself
night
now.
picking up guys and yeah. I have found your drug stash, and I'm glad you're having a good time, but it's not a good example for me.
Well, honey, I just felt that I needed to explore. I mean, I raised 3 children. I was married. I was a dutiful wife for 32 years. And you're the youngest, and you're the first one to say something about wanting to go back to the traditions.
Yeah, dutiful wife. That's not the story I heard from Grandma.
Oh, she talks too much.
Uh-huh. So I guess this is the place, where you can meet educated guys that have some sophistication.
That's what I've heard. And I think this is for us but you have to look sophisticated. Elisa, look sophisticated. Grab a cigarette and look sophisticated. Oh, much better. Much better. Oh, that guy over there. He's looking at you. He sees you. See, he sees you. I'm telling you.
I shouldn't look at him, right?
No, don't look interested. Of course not. Don't ever look interested.
Well, then how is he going to know I'm interested?
Just you stay there. I'll help you out here.
All right.
By the way, you should be drinking a whiskey neat. That shows sophistication.
All right, let me fluff up a little bit.
Don't fluff up in front of him. Let me block you.
Look at it.
Are you fluffed?
I fluffed up a little asymmetric. Okay.
All right, we're good. We're good. I'm telling you, he's going to come over here and he's going to say hi. I'm going to just excuse myself and go to the. Oh, that's not very sophisticated. I'm going to excuse myself and go to the ladies. I'll be right back. Hey there.
What?
You look like You look like you could use some water. Here. So,
Oh, how embarrassing.
you know, it's okay. I completely understand.
You do?
I've seen many of the ladies here. You know, I think that the problem is that they try to be something they're not.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
not used to drinking or coming to places like this.
you know, I could tell that from across the way. And I just wanted to come over and tell you to be you.
That's you don't know what you're asking for with that.
I'm just willing to try, you know, being you know, as a guy, I get really tired of women who are always trying to be something they're not.
Like guys don't do that. I mean, talk about you're overcompensating.
Well, I mean, I know that happens, but I really want you to think about just being you. And here, look, here's my card. I'm a life coach.
You're a life coach.
I'm a life coach.
Fucking
Abe,
a life coach. Like,
I'm Abe's life coach service. I go around, I sit at bars, I go to coffee shops, I meet women, and I help them be their authentic self.
coaching for that. I mean, you just be yourself. You are yourself. Who else can you be? Who could be except yourself?
No, you'd be surprised.
Look,
So-
okay. I admit I was trying to put on some airs to impress
Yes.
somebody, but it's
Yes.
but I failed. It's not me.
Well, let me tell you, just be you, and I bet you that the men will come swarming over you.
I'm just who I am. Let me take these things out. They're not real.
Wow.
You know, let me put on my glasses and take out these teeth.
Ugh. See, this is the real you. The real you. I think this is what, because you know what? I have to tell you, this isn't the real me either. I have no hair. This is a fake chest. And I have a girdle on.
We're about to be in heaven.
Definitely. Oh, let me take a look at those. I think I can fix that for you. So, tell me, how is your mother doing?
The usual. Kretching, complaining. She's dying. She's dying. I'm killing her. She with no grandchildren. I'm gonna die an old maid. The same story. It never changes.
Here, try them back. See if that
Yeah.
fixes.
Yeah. She doesn't like it when I wear the glasses. She's the one that broke them. She says it makes me look too smart.
Oh, your mother. She's always been that way. You know, I've known your mother since grade school. And she's always had a way of saying there has to be this way or that way.
That's
I
right.
remember the cutest guy in class came up to her in like 8th grade, wanted to do the dance with her. And she said, "You're too short." She says,
Nothing is good enough.
if you get lifts in your shoes, I'll let you go. I'll go with you. And that's what she said. And I was like, I don't know how I remained friends with her for 52 years.
Have you ever gone into a restaurant with her? Whatever she orders, she sends it back.
No matter what it is.
No matter what it is.
It can be made exactly how she likes it.
Mm-hmm. Without even tasting it. My father, he's a saint. He's a saint.
Your father is a saint. I will give you that.
Oh. Yeah, she's gonna kill him one of these days.
So what are you going to do about this? Are you going to escape from the family?
I try. I moved out. I moved to a studio apartment in Manhattan. And they called my landlord and had me evicted, and I had to move home. They will not let me leave home.
I can't believe your mother did that. Oh, well, actually, I can't believe your mother did that. She didn't like one of the guys I was dating in high school. And so she went and told him that my teeth weren't real.
That's kind of funny.
It's funny, but not, I was 17 years old. It was a little traumatic.
I gotta give it to her. She's got a sense of humor.
Oh my God. I mean, I love your mother. Don't get me wrong. She's amazing. But I just feel like,
Wait a minute. Are your teeth real? I've always wondered, kind of.
they're real. I just had braces when I was a child. I know they're preternaturally white, but I can't help that.
Well, I'll tell you, my mother's hair color isn't real. Never has been.
Well, I knew that. And if you think that the drapes match the carpet, you'd be completely wrong.
Well, she insists it's all natural. I would never color my hair. I would never change anything about my appearance. And yeah, I know about her Botox appointments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can talk smack about your mother all day long, but I want to
can,
tell
all day long. I will. I do all day long.
but she loves you. You are the apple of her eye. And anytime that we get together at the Horn and Heart, it's all she talks about. Just you.
All right, I'll call her.
That's a good choice. Call your mother. Call your mother. Hi. How's everybody doing? Are you doing okay?
I've really enjoyed that show. I don't know who those actors are, but I think they're fabulous.
They're very funny. So do we have another question? Oh, I see one in our chat box. It says, how do I find the best deals on work clothes? The best
Work
deals on work clothes.
Work clothes.
I think it depends on what kind of job you have.
What kind of work clothes? Is it like an apron or a hard hat or something? What does that mean?
Let me ask. What kind of work clothes? Oh, I get it. They're a lawyer. So they need to dress in suits and things like that.
Are they a they? I am so confused with this this they and them and the our and his and her and she and he. Is it a they? What is a they?
I don't know.
I don't understand. I don't understand that.
Well, they're very non-binary, Carla. I mean, it's not all the same anymore.
I don't even know what that means. A binary, is it binary? It's a kind of fruit, isn't it? A binary. It's some kind of a green.
I can tell you this, that I can see this person as, she says she identifies as a she.
She.
Yes, she identifies as a she. But if she wanted to identify as a he or a they, I mean, more power to you. Whatever you like, that is the way of the world now. You can be who you want to be.
I mean, my son called me and he said he has a new girlfriend. He said he wanted to invite to dinner. I said, fine, I invite him for dinner. He said, okay, well, they accepted the invitation and I'll be there with them at 6 o'clock. And so I'm thinking, well, who's this girlfriend bringing? And so I didn't know how many people to expect. And of course I went overboard and I made the chicken for 6 people. I mean, maybe she was bringing her parents. I didn't know what was going on. And he comes in with this girl and I said, well, where's the rest? And he said, no, it's just them. You know,
I know it's really hard for us to kind of wrap our brains around this whole idea but just think about it this way. Think about it this way. We often refer to people as they when we don't know what their gender is. So why, so it's more generic. It's like
how do we not know what they're?
Well, I mean, like if we're talking about the teacher taught a class on math. They said that blah 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 blah. So we don't know if it's a he or a she. We know it's a they. So I mean, I think it can happen, and we just have to get used to it.
I mean, do we have to ask everybody?
Well, I think sometimes we do. I mean, I don't want to offend.
Why can't we offend? I mean, isn't being offended part of growing up and maturing, and you learn how to that sometimes people inadvertently offend you because they don't.
Well, that's true. That is so true. I mean, we don't want to purposely offend. I'm sure that I've unpurposefully offended people, inadvertently said the wrong thing to somebody. Yeah. I'm sure I've done that.
Yeah, but people don't get over that now. Like we used to. We used to say, oh, that's just the Yentas. She doesn't know what she's saying. She doesn't mean it. But people get upset about that now. So why is everybody so sensitive? And
I don't know, but it's challenging. It's challenging now. I mean, we should forgive people. You know what? Forgiveness is gone in our world.
What was the question we're supposed to answer?
We're just trying to find. We're supposed to help this person who she is identifying as a she, where she can get best prices on suits and things like that. She must be recently out of law school. And, she probably has a ton of student loan debt.
Well, what do we know from lawyer clothes? I mean, what do lawyers wear? Suits and ties.
But, they're very expensive.
Yeah.
I tell you, though, I think the best choice is to get it secondhand. There's some great places here in our town where you can get secondhand clothes that are like fashion, beautiful.
Yeah, it's true. Why pay retail? Yeah. Unless you can go to Filene's basement right after Christmas. I mean, it's a steal.
Absolutely. And there's my sister's closet. They have gorgeous stuff that you can get at reasonable prices. So I say go secondhand. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna know. And you can be wearing designer
shoes. You have to wear good shoes.
Oh, the shoes is big. I agree.
Good shoes and a good bag. That's what you need to make success.
I completely agree with you there. It's definitely about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So I hope that's helpful to you. I mean, I know that it's sometimes a little more difficult to find when you go to a secondhand to find things in your size and because it's whatever somebody has turned in, but you'll find things. I
wonder what a size is, if she's a Zoftig or a skinny mini, because the skinny minis get the first pick.
I know, and it's always been a challenge for me, and never having been a skinny mini myself.
Oh, well.
It's hard when you're between a Zoftig and a skinny mini.
It is hard. It's better to be one or the other.
I'm like a middle.
You want to be a one or the other. You're like a them.
Yes. When it comes to size, I am. I'm kind of like size is non-binary. That's for sure.
It's non-binary. Now I'm beginning to understand.
Yeah, see, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. If you put it in those terms, a size 6, a size 10, it's the you're right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle. And I wasn't always.
You might wear a 10 pants and a 6 jacket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the clothing sizes are kind of challenging.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. Yeah, it's a good analogy, Latka.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, I hope this is helpful to you. Whether you are Zoftig or in the middle or a skinny mini or just I'm sure you're gorgeous no matter what.
Yeah, or you're a man or a woman, or you're you're a 6 or a 10. It's all mushed together now.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only other advice that we can give you is to make sure you call your mother at least once a week. Probably twice a week is better.
And get a good bag.
Get a good bag and good shoes. Thank you.
We're happy to help. We'll be back next month. If you have any more questions, get them ready.
I was taking notes. I had my notebook out and furiously taking notes. You know what? I'm gonna get a good bag tomorrow. I'm on it. Thank you so much. Give it up again for Ask the Yentas. Yay! All righty. So season 11 submissions are now open. If you have performed with Highwire before and you would like to continue doing so, please get your submissions in. If you've not performed for Highwire before and you think, hey, I've got a great idea for a show that I would like to do once a month for 3 months in a row, that's how long our seasons are, you can submit a new idea too. We have online shows every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday afternoons. And we have in-person shows if you're in the Baltimore area on Friday evenings and Saturday evenings and Sunday nights. Wednesdays, because you're like, what about Wednesdays? Wednesdays are in-person jam. Roland Park Community Center. Good stuff. Clearly, I came prepared to host. I am going to, y'all didn't come here to see me. You came here to see the wonderful acts. I'm super excited about the next act coming up. It would be awesome if I knew how to type so that I could look up the correct song, not the wrong song. And now the whole thing went away. I have so many questions. How do I work Spotify is my first question. Just kidding. All right, here we go. We're gonna Irish music it up. Ask Aunt Bernadette! No! Aunt Bernadette, will you have?
Oh, I love it. It's holiday appropriate. I love it. I'm on the health kick, so it helps me kick.
Wow, you look great, Aunt Bernadette.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I've been trying to get all my steps in, and I didn't realize how hot it was here. It's like, I feel like I was in a Svitza or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah. See, one of my lenses is getting all fogged up, but I love the Yentas. I wanted to come out and talk to them when they were trying to meet their soulmates and give them some advice, but maybe we could meet each other later or something and exchange, words of wisdom or something.
Well, they did say that they liked real private coffee shops, so maybe you could make a coffee date.
I heard that. They don't like Starbucks. I can get with that. One time I had a very bad experience. I met somebody there and he ghosted me.
Oh.
What happened was he actually died and I saw a vision of his ghost because the lovemaking was so good. That's how I ghost people, baby.
Aunt Bernadette. Oh my goodness. Well, do you need me to stay on? Do you have
I would love
questions?
if you want to stay on, darling, and ask me some questions. However you want to do it is great. I love it when you stay. I love it when the people stay with me and they just give me a question right from their mouths rather than I have to, because my vision, my reading isn't as good and it gets worse every time and I have to futz with the chat and, it's just kind of.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, I mean, I am thinking about what I could do to be healthier. And like, you're already dressed So I guess my question is, what are some ways that I could, you know, be healthier in my lifestyle without like, cutting out the fun stuff?
You don't want to cut out the fun stuff, which is your ass and your boobs. People are going in and they're getting those things reduced, pushed up, filled up, moved around, jostled around. I say you go with what God gave you. And all you have to do is just work it.
Work it. Okay.
That's it.
Short and sweet.
Easy peasy, right? You got this, Millie.
Okay.
What
You
else
know,
you got for me?
I was, I do think that I should probably eat some healthier choices. What are some of your favorite healthy choices to eat?
Well, one time I went on a pineapple diet. It's true. Those of you who know me know it's true. I went on a pineapple diet, and it's interesting because, when you go do your business, it's all gold.
Oh my goodness.
It's golden. But it's kind of lovely because, you don't really have to worry if you're in one of those public bathrooms like at the Starbucks, not like at the private kind of coffee shop where it's just for private members only. That reminds me, I need to renew my membership to Coffee Lovers Anonymous. It's for people who get addicted to coffee, and it's very and it's anonymous. You're not allowed to say who you are. You have to wear a bag over your head when you walk in. But that's my jam, because I'm trying to, like you, I'm on a health kick right now. I'm on a health kick. And so I'm trying to, do what I can do. But to get back to your question, to eat healthy, I would say if you want to do, the golden doo-doo, you have some pineapple and it will cleanse you like you've never been cleansed, especially if you don't peel it like I didn't. I just ate it whole. It was some kind of cleansing, let me tell you.
I can only imagine. I've really only ever had pineapple, very processed and chopped. So, all right.
Process. Oh yeah.
So this is like, I know that the health questions are personal too, but this one's kind of personal. In my office, I have an office mate who's just like, she can't work quietly. And I don't want to hurt her feelings, but like, I just can't get my work done. What can I do?
I can tell that's really bothering you, Millie. I can tell that's really getting your goat.
Yeah.
So the way to liberate your goat and have your goat run free, as goats should be doing, what you need to do is bring a good knish.
Okay.
Find a knish. Those ladies who were here were talking about delis and such.
Mm-hmm.
Find a nice deli in Baltimore. I don't know where you go for that.
We have them.
They have a proper Little Italy. I've been there and it's delicious. So where there's Little Italy's, there's probably knishes around, not far. And you bring her that knish and she'll be so in awe if it's done right.
Okay.
That she'll go quiet for a minute. And then you can tell her how lovely the piece is.
Mm-hmm.
So you positively reinforce her. And then she'll associate shutting a mouth with a delicious knish.
Okay. I mean, I've been just kind of anxious, because I really I have these questions and you're just so knowledgeable and you could just answer everything.
Thank you so much. And I've been so busy. I could only come here once a month, and I won't be back until the next season. This is the last Ask Aunt Bernadette till season 11, which I love. That's my lucky number. Because there's two bodies, coming together in any kind of way. And it's always like an 11. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bernadette. Ooh. I did have a question from a friend because they found out that I was going to be on here tonight, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, can you please ask?" Um, it is a question of the heart about love, and my friend said that she met someone and they hit it off and it was lovely. They were on vacation. I'm sorry, but they don't live near each other, and she's just wondering, is it worth trying to make a brand new relationship work if it's long distance?
Yeah, well, that's another thing. That's another thing that'll get your goat to stop at a standstill instead of prancing around like a happy, free goat. What you got to do is you got to tell your friend, it's really a cost benefit analysis, because what happens is the cost of seeing your hot lover goes way up. It costs, first of all, it costs money. Have you looked at airlines lately? Airline prices? Forget about it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. The cost of, at least the cost of fuel went down a little bit, but it's not for anyone who has, an uneasy stomach, such as myself. So first of all, there's that, but then there's the emotional cost. You have to run around, like a nut that's got a goat who's all tied up, and you got to make plans. You can't just show up half cocked in the middle of the night for one of those, what do the young kids call them? The kind of call, it rhymes with Udi.
I think you mean booty?
The booty call, which I could never figure out how to work the booty to call. I can barely get my iPhone to get service. But I digress. Anyway, so first of all, so there's all that emotional communication and monetary cost, but there's a big but that's bigger than any booty in the whole world, even one that could not only call you but Uber you to the front door. That is, if the love is good, do it.
Okay.
Yeah, love good is way up here. It's going to slingshot the course. Woo! Right out, and your goat will be liberated again, prancing around in the heavens.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we all want, is a free goat.
Free goats for everybody. Goats are really much happier when they're let to roam free. That's how come they always come over and want to eat your purse when you go to the petting zoo, because they don't want to be there. They want to be free. Their goat is gotten. They've been gotten. They don't like that.
I've been asking you all the questions about me, but Aunt Bernadette, I didn't ask, how are you? How are things? What's new with you?
That's so lovely for you to ask. How is Aunt Bernadette doing after all the questions I answer? I've been doing really good. This whole exercise kick, the 2023 resolution thing, has been really helping with my back. I don't know if you could tell, but I used to kind of hunch over a little bit. I'm able to stand a little straighter up, a little more perpendicular. So whoever my 11 person is, and I, when we want to, get going, standing up, we're right here. I don't have to kind of be like this. I can just, I didn't even know that was going to happen. And that was a side benefit. The other thing is my personal train is super hot, and we've been 11ing a lot.
Oh.
So it's been great. He keeps me, on the up and up, I'll say.
Okay, fair enough.
And he never comes over half cocked either. Fully, he comes over. It's terrible because I think my mother's watching this and I'm making her watch this. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mrs. Aunt Bernadette. Okay. Sorry, you've made me blush. I was wondering what the best advice is for how we can still carry ourselves with etiquette, but not be too, I guess, stick in the mud. You know, I want to be current, but I'd like to, I guess, not offend.
Right. Like you want to hang out with the people who know how to make their booties call, but you don't want to overdo it.
Okay, yeah.
You know, you don't want to call in the middle of the night. You know, I don't want to hear from somebody's booty when I'm in that REM sleep, in the REM stage where your eyes look all googly and you look like, you know, Swamp Creature from Beyond meets, you know, Apocalypse Yesterday with zombies going out now, kind of like that whole eyeball thing. You know, I don't want to hear from nobody's booty when my eyes are rolling in the back of my head like that, because I'm getting the good beauty sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get beautiful, is with all, you know, the eye rolls at the right time in your sleep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think you really got to keep that in mind. First and foremost, before you even try to iron out the conundrum between what's too topical and hip, and yet, you know, what's too kind of old and stodgy. But I'm going to say old is kind of hot right now. Have you seen how much it costs for a blouse on Depop, for crying out loud? Forget about it. And I was just in New York and my family took me vintage clothes shopping. And I'm like, honey, I used to wear that. Like what? It was like yesterday that I used to wear it. They want like $100 for like a sweater with a hole in it.
Oh my goodness.
Like a moth in it, because it's old.
Wow.
By the same token, it's very hip and chic to be old and have some holes in you.
Well, then I'm hip and chic, I guess.
So get out there. Yeah, don't even fill up your holes. Just go out there, you know?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I just got a text from my friend. They know that I'm doing this and they're like, hey, can you please ask Aunt Bernadette? They said that your skin is lovely and they want to know your secret.
Okay, if you lean in really close, I'm going to whisper it in your ear, Millie.
Okay.
Because it's a secret, for crying out loud. You think I'm going to tell you my secret?
Come on.
I only just tell you, Millie. That's it. And you got to take that to your grave. You take that to your grave, girl.
Grave.
By the way, I have to make an announcement because, you know, I don't get text messages. I get brain messages. My brain wakes up and says, Aunt Bernadette, hold on now. Wait a minute. We got a news flash coming in out of nowhere. It just comes into me. And my news flash is telling me is I don't have a Highwire show yet this month, but actually I'm going to make an appearance on It's Improv Baby this Tuesday night. I just wanted to share that because I might forget. The news flash only lasts for a second. And if I don't grab onto it, it's gone, you know? So it's Improv Baby. You catch it on YouTube. And we're friends. We used to come onto the Highwire and do things, but this time it's just going to be me, and I'm going to go away and hide I'm not going to really hide. I'm just kidding. I'll be out there at, you know, the private coffee places and exercising with my new personal trainer.
Oh my goodness.
Etc. until our next season. But anyway, okay. So I think you have another question for me.
I did.
Did it go out of your brain? Did my remembering gobble up your remembering?
I was just gonna say, strangely enough, this next question came in and they were wondering about how many goats is too many goats.
You know, it's 43 is too many goats. 43, you know, because When I had 42 goats running around, I used to have a farm. You can't believe it. I used to farm. I used to have a beautiful raspberry farm.
Okay.
Yep, in upstate New York. And we had a lot of goats because I learned that you had to have a certain critical mass of goats so they enjoyed the frolicking and the being free. And it was kind of like a goat rave up there in upstate. And then we
Sorry.
had people coming by and they wanted to knit sweaters out of the goats and they wanted to milk them. And those lovely boys that make the lotion with they're so lovely. I love them. They're famous and they make the goat milk lotion. I gave them the first batch of goat milk, get them started. The Beekman brothers.
All right.
Didn't know that.
You know what? I didn't, but it doesn't surprise me because you know what, Aunt Bernadette, you're kind of like everywhere and everything.
I'm kind of everywhere and everything. It's true. And then when we went from 42 to 43 goats, it was too many. The goats were not happy. They felt gotten. And we had to, it was like Survivor for goats. They had to vote one off the farm.
Wow. I'm again super excited to be on the show. I apologize. Did you have questions from your other viewers? I've just been hogging this.
You know what? I checked my iPhone. Now I don't know where I put the dang thing. I checked it before. Oh, here it is. I try to get it out of my way so I don't get any alerts. And then my eyeballs go to my phone and I get all distracted. I'm gonna check one more time. Nobody said nothing to me.
No.
I got nothing. I got nothing over there. I got nothing, but I know some of my friends are here, but maybe they got questions for me. Have you checked in the YouTube chat, how they do?
They are having so much fun with the show, but they haven't asked a lot of questions.
Hey, people on YouTube, it's not too late. There's a tiny bit of a delay, but we can wait it out. Look, we can do silence here. Okay, I won. They made you laugh via silence is very funny. Charlie Chaplin was right. He was really concerned about the talkies. And when he did his Modern Time, it was really like an homage and a farewell to silent actors, and to his figure of the tramp. Yes, it was on purpose an anachronism because he shot it silent. But when he shot it silent, talkies were already a thing. And he was kind of bitter about it, but I respect it because he was such a good physical artist. And speaking of good physical artists, one of my cats is here playing with my wire. So that's why you see my laptop moving around.
Did we lose you? Did we lose me? Oh, goodness. We were doing it. It was happening. All right, folks, we're going to get Aunt Bernadette back. We see your questions. I think there might just be a little bit of a technical. She did mention that her cat was in the room and playing with the laptop. So as soon as she comes back, we are going to get those questions answered. But I guess my cat decided they wanted to do a cameo too. Yeah, because I don't have the answers. It is just Aunt Bernadette. She is the one that has them.
My kitty cat. Thanks for talking to people. My kitty cat came and did just like what I was saying. He came in, he's lovely, he's a lovely boy, but he came in, he destroyed. That's why I don't allow cats when I'm performing. And he actually poured away my connection, darling.
Black Cat decided he wanted to come out too. So we did get a question from the chat. How do you become a successful working professional as a parent?
Oh, darling, I wrote the book on that. It's called How to Become a Successful Working Professional as a Parent. So I suggest you go and purchase it right now. You can get the ebook if you go to Pluto Press, because it's radical. I only publish with the radical presses. You've got to know that about Aunt Bernadette. Darling, kitty cat, what do you want to do, darling? And I'll tell you what, I'm a cat parent right now, and I'm going to show you that I know what I'm talking about. And you got to go buy the book, because here it is. Here's my boy Montague. And I will do my improvisation with my baby cat. He's actually a large baby. He's almost 1. He's like 2 months away from being 1. And see, you just sometimes you gotta carry your baby with you. You know, they have those little wraps that you can wear. I would just wear it. If you have to breastfeed the thing, you just do it. Well, you know, if anyone gives you any flap, you tell them you're being a sexist jerk. Something's got your goat, and you better go to the Beekman Goat Farm. I left them all of my goats. I ran out of there so fast because I tell you what, that whole Survivor thing, it traumatized me. I ran straight to New York City, and that's how I got my start in show business.
Wow. Well, this question, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to relate to New York City, but the next one was, how do you make a perfect brisket? We were wondering if you...
You know, the Yentas were talking about the brisket in their show. I find it very interesting. Briskets come up unless maybe they ask, maybe they want to know.
It's from Roberta. So...
Is that one of the Yentas? I don't know who the Yentas' first names are. I just know them as Yentas.
Fair. Me too.
Thanks, Roberta. So what I'll tell you is, you want to go to the butcher, and then you got to seduce him.
Oh,
that way you get the best cuts of meat. I know this. All of my relatives taught me. You go in, you wear your low cut dress, you know, kind of wink your eye, you know, when they call your number, you go, oh, you got my number. You know, you kind of make everything like that, you know, and they're like, you know, what would you like today? And you're like, I would like to try out your meat.
Oh, my goodness.
That's always the one that one really is it's so romantic, really. Yeah, it's really undersold, that line. I want to try out your meat. It's really beautiful.
Poetic, even.
It's poetic, darling.
Mm-hmm.
So what? We have time maybe for another question, maybe another question or two.
Yeah, I think we've got one more. Why do cats put up with humans when they dislike them?
Now that's a trick question, because you're asking me to affirm the fact that the cats don't really like us, and why do we put up with them? So I actually think, why do cats put up with us? You got to ask yourself, why don't they just eat us? You know, so you better be good to your cat, because that's what your cat's thinking that. Your cat's like, I could eat you. You're very lucky to be here. You know, now it just so happens that I am very liberal with my cat and understanding when he does things like disconnect the internet in the middle of a show and all that, and we can have a good laugh about it. And then the dog came in because she knew we were talking about something the cat may have done bad. She just was trying to Now she's gone. She was trying to say, I would never do that, mother. And she's probably right. I don't think Jelly Bean's ever taken the internet apart like that. That's a first. That's an Aunt Bernadette first. No one has ever taken me down except for my cat. But
no one else could, Aunt Bernadette. No one else could.
No one else could, darling. And I think that's our show.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. We did get confirmation that Roberta is a Yenta. And she said,
darling. We have to talk.
She said that she strips the butcher. So I think you guys do need to have a coffee date for sure.
Yeah. At the private coffee shop, right, Roberta?
There we go. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we can catch Aunt Bernadette again next season. So is it? I'm all mixed up on my schedule. We do have one more month in season 10.
We have one more month, but darling, I'm in summer stock already. I'm in a play. I'm busy. My agent booked me for the whole month of April. But you will get to come out if you're anywhere near something like a device like you are right this second. If you're not busy making a booty call, you could actually come watch. What are we on? 7:30? I always say it wrong. No, it's 8:00 Eastern time, 7:00 middle of the country time. Chicago time, Central time, darling. I think like a New Yorker. What can I say? And it's improv, baby. I'm gonna have. You can ask me your advice questions. You got it. One more shot, but that's it. That's gotta take you through all of April. So
okay,
you better come get another drink from the water of Aunt Bernadette.
All right. So you heard it here. You will not be able to catch Aunt Bernadette here on Highwire, but you can catch her on It's Improv Baby. It's Improv Baby has been shouting you out in the chat. They're loving you up. Ask the Yentas are also chatting you back in the chat. I feel like we've got a match made in heaven, matchmaker. I don't know if that's the word. And you know what? Maybe we'll see you all together again in season 11.
Okay, doll. We'll see you in season 11, darling.
Alrighty. I'm going to sign off. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Thursday evening and an absolutely fantastic weekend. Remember to stay hydrated and